a special program that's funded by the incubator, and the Borough Park Library and the Paerdegat Library are the project leaders. And I'm very happy that you're here, continuing with our amazing instructor, Henry. I apologize for sending the 3 handouts last night as a zip file. I understand that some people with iPad and other electronic device had difficulty opening up the zip file. I will send individual handouts later. Please do me a favor and leave your name and email in the chat if you were unable to open the zip file of the handout I sent last night. So I apologize and thank you for taking that trouble. Henry is going to show the handouts also during the class. There is a second announcement at 2 o'clock today. I would have to attend a different meeting. Paula and Lena, who are managers at Borough Park, will also be attending the meeting. So we will be leaving at 2. However, we have capable staff, Michael from the Borough Park and Kemin from Biker Library, as well as Christian from the Paerdegat Library, who will take over the co-host role and continue to help you. Thank you so very, very much. Okay, Henry, it's all yours.
Okay, thank you, Yongle. Today we're going to continue our study of Asian brush painting. Last time we did Panda, if you recall, after a master named Wu Zuoren. He was an oil painter, a student of Xu Beihong. He was the most famous horse painting master. If some of you have recall, if you look at this color, it's called Marie's brand, and they have this cover for many decades. The horse is done by Xu Beihong, was this artist Wu Zuoren's teacher, and he in his late years switched to traditional Chinese brush painting from oil painting background. So his animal painting, especially panda, camels, and fish, goldfish, are very popular. It was unique, simple, and precise style, I would call. So we need to study, first of all, his strokes, and then we'll develop our own style, if you like, of goldfish. By the way, another inspiration for this class is the commission I did last week for a family wedding, because fish was considered a good omen for new marriage, couple, for the newly wed, because it symbolizes not only, like you already know, the abundance or wealth. In Chinese culture, wealth not only jade and gold, also in the offsprings, the children, grandchildrens, right? So fish is very productive, high, with high rate of fertility, right? So it got lots of eggs and many small fish. Soon it will fill the tank, fill the pool. So fill the house, fill the house. So there's a play of sound in Chinese language. So fish, goldfish specifically sounds like jing yu or jing yu. The second tone is a fish, but the fourth tone, down tone, is yu, is jade. So it's, gold and jade it sounds like a fish. It filled the tank or the hall, the pond, tang. Tang it's another one voice, two sounds word, meaning the hall or the pond. So 金鱼满堂 is the good wish for a new family, or it also means not many children filled in the family. So because children are considered treasures as gold and jade, and many Chinese name for newborn child, they use this Jing or Yu, so like Jia Bao Yu, Lin Dai Yu in the famous novel, classic novel, the Dream of the Red Chamber, right? Their match is called in the novel the marriage of gold and jade, which means a perfect match, or a happy union, or harmonious union of marriage. So when I was consulted to what to paint as a gift to the relative of by marriage, because in China, in ancient culture, we have specific terms for the parents of the groom or the parents of the bride. They call them 亲家, relative by marriage. So in the wedding, they will exchange traditional gifts, not very expensive ones. They will give like a teapot set, and then a sewing work of the bride's mother or something. And my client want me to do a painting on their behalf, so to mark the event with goldfish, and to so we inscribed this painting with the traditional wedding grid. So if some of you interested in how to call this how to write even the levels in Chinese, how to write from to, I can show you the format here. So that's all part of the cultural heritage. They try to carry on because they learned from their. This is the third generation of Asian heritage family, one from Canton, one from Taiwan families. So they have some old customs carried on, passed down from their grandparents. So they don't speak any Chinese anymore, but they do know how to write their names in Chinese. So I wrote this name in Chinese for them. Let me show you the format. So the title is 金玉良缘. Like I said, 金玉 means goldfish, or sounds also like it's written like a gold and jade. Sounds like a fish, a goldfish. 良缘 means harmonious union, or perfect match, or happy marriage, I think, to make it easy. And then the names of the groom and the bride, and then the newly wedding commemoration of wedding, and the date, and then my signature and the seal. And I especially carved this corner seal to balance the whole painting. It says um, happy marriage or 良缘 the harmonious union or harmonious 缘 also means connection, yeah, match, yeah. So this is the painting, and you can see the actual scroll behind me. Let me just show you. Yeah, you see on my right side. Right? Yeah, that's a small painting, but with 10 goldfish filled in the water. We don't do the water because the gesture of the fish swimming suggests that. So we don't paint the background. You could if you want. Okay, that's a aesthetic Chinese or Asian painting aesthetic. We indicate the water with the swimming fish or shrimp or any other water creatures. So let me go ahead to show you how to do this. This is the scroll. When it's wrote, we'll write the from and to. So we have a special term for 亲家, means the relative by marriage, parents, but the other parents, of the couple, the grooms, in this case from the bride's parents to the grooms. So we use that the name of the person, and then husband and wife, and the date, and this is 敬正 respectively.
Anything.
Pardon me? Ask the question.
We cannot see anything. We see your face.
Oh, I see. Okay. Sorry. sorry. Yeah, I tried to show you the scroll with the traditional decorative paper. Yeah, this is how it was written, and this is the format of it. You can replace the name of your if your daughter gets married, you can put your name and your husband's name here, and then two relative by marriage, 亲家, and the couple's husband and wife name, and then this means to keep in memory of, and then the date of the wedding, and then this presented by this couple, this your family. So if your children or grandchildren got married, you can paint this kind of painting to express your good wish. Okay. And I did lots of studies for this project. So as you can see, I used the paper we're going to use is mulberry paper, or and you can just paint the whole piece with lots of fish, just filling all the blanks to practice. Actually, I did on both sides. You can see. I did this just moments ago, still wet, with some special tools I found in the kitchen. And this is the Japanese paper, Japanese calligraphy paper you got from the library. I use vermilion, but if you don't have vermilion, it's okay to use other red colors, or just use ink to practice. This is carmine. You can just use carmine, and you can add a little yellow to make it orange. So this is another special technique I will show you later, maybe. So you can also just use ink. This is cinnabar, I think, a little paler than vermilion. So the color if you have the Maurice, is it $3.99 or $3.98 for the oranges, origin colors. Okay, the vermilion is very easy to get dry in the tube. So I just open it up and put it in a little, you can put a little saucer or something, and use water. Just let it dry after use, and then add more water to melt it every time. It's very convenient. Okay, so don't throw it away if the tube gets dry. We just use this to practice. Okay, you can use the smooth side. There's a smooth side, right? So we can use this brush, the brush, we use the string or rope to wrap it. You can open it if you want, if you paint a large tail. And use the small one to do the details. You can use this one, the basic wolf or stiff hairbrush for the fins. Let me change to the handout. Okay, here's the handout we passed last night. Yeah, this page also. As you can see, there's a sequence of strokes numbered. You can follow that. You can watch that video, the YouTube, if you had time before the class. That's the exactly the steps I got from the demo. So I'm going to show you here. To practice strokes, you can also use the traditional, like a calligraphy way. So we use when the children start to learn how to write, they use this kind of grid and stroke guide in red. It's outlined with the arrows of direction of the stroke. So you try to do the stroke in one, the shape of the stroke in one stroke. So before I load the water, I show you this. Before I load the ink, I just use water to show you the strokes. So I used a carbon copy to transfer the design, the template, onto this special fabric. I would call it magic cloth. You can write with water, clean water. It turns black and it will evaporate in 1 minute maybe. So that's the traditional material we use. Actually, the break in the history to practice this kind of calligraphy strokes, right? So to save paper, and it's very meditative. It takes the pressure away. You don't use ink, you don't waste anything. So it's a very good way to practice. And let me just show you here. You can use light ink to start with. So I will do something like this. Okay, this the first stroke covers the whole the body of the fish, and then you pull the brush vertically. So this is like a horizontal stroke. Use the side of the brush. Then pull a little bridge between the tail and the west, or the what do you call this part of the lower back, whatever. And then you change direction from not from center out to the left, right? And then you pull the brush again to get a tip, just like a bamboo stroke. Especially this middle one is more like a bamboo. So the other stroke is narrower, and then a tip, lift the brush, and then the middle one. When you have a good rice paper, someone asks what paper has the watermark. It will create a watermark between the strokes on rice paper, so that is a disadvantage for beginners. Maybe if you make a multiple stroke, it will show because there's this watermark between each stroke. So you have to do it in one stroke. It doesn't matter if you didn't fill in all the blanks, right? And then we will change color on paper, but here we just practice the stroke. You can use red, for the hood kind of crown, I call it, and then some details, So that's how we practice. And then the other fish is the dragon eye. You can do the same thing here. Oops, got too many. It's just water. So you can make mess with this, no problem, right? So you can, the pop eye, telescope eye, what we call dragon eye. So that's the, you see this one already dried. This is called the magic class. You can get this from Blue Arts. Magic class. And I got another template. This is the same fish I did for the wedding gift. It's called a whale tail, kind of long tail like this, very long. So you have to press and lift several times. But in the beginning, you don't have to do this. You just do 3 like that, and you can add more like that, okay? And then you do the body part. You understand? This is how you can practice. And now I'm going to use ink. Okay. So if you put the template, I didn't print it out. If you print it out on the computer paper, you can put it underneath it. That could also help. And you can create one just by outlining it, and then you put this under the sheet of paper you're working on. Then you see a vague, maybe outlined template. That will help in the beginning, but eventually you want to do it freely. Okay. So I used only 1 drop of ink. Let me show you just how much, just like this much. The key is to keep the ink varied, not just a single tone. So we just use a little ink. You can dilute a little bit. Dilute with water. So my brush is loaded with maybe 1/3 with light ink, and then you touch the dark again. So there's a gradation from dark to light, right? So you can do the dragon eye. I'll call it black moor, right? That one on the left first. Actually, the artist did in the video. I saw it was done in 2 steps. One was light only, and then dark into light. You don't have to that. You can just do the dark directly if you want. So let me just do that now. So the first stroke is the left half of this like from top view. This egg that's ball shaped fish. The goldfish is relatively short, not like a koi fish or carp. The body is much shorter, right? And it has this narrow bridge between the body and the tail. Okay. And I'm going to do the eye, maybe. But you can do the eye later. Depends on the brush. If it's light, I'm going to do the tail. But if it's still dark, I will do the eye. So it really the eye is in front of the body. So there's two egg shape or ball shape. One is this large one, and then imagine there's another smaller one. So something like that, and then the eye pops up like that. So there's like an arrowhead in front of the egg shape. Okay, and then you can do all the rest because the color could be vary from individual fish. It could be all dark. The point is just go with the flow of whatever in a brush, and you'll get all the variations naturally. Don't try to change colors. So I just do this. We call, there's a special term like a pectoral. I don't know how to pronounce that. I just got front fin, maybe middle fin, something like that. Right? Yeah, someone help me to pronounce that. Okay, the tail. So at this point, I don't worry about the colors, the gradation. I mean the tones. I just let it vary from dark to light naturally because I only load this much. Right? So I will do the right side. And then the left side. See, pull, push to the side and pull to the back. And then this one is press, lift in the middle. Press. If you see the tendency to break the paper, stop and then roll the brush to overcome that tension. So, and then just pull to the side. So you got and I just dot another thing in this corner. And notice the change of direction. So the fish is turning to the right. Turning to the right. The tail, there's a curve here, or change of direction here. So the fish mouth, lip, just do a little line there, and you can use dark ink later to dot the eye. So that's the first one. At the beginning, you don't have to worry too much about the tonal change. Just let it naturally change or transform from dark to light. Okay, and then I'll add more water to do the white fish or gray silver fish. Okay, and we add lots of water. It's pretty light, very light, just like the lightest tone here. This one is a little challenge. Look at the one. It's a one stroke. We cover the left side of the tail and the fin. I mean the body also. So let's do this. So I don't put this one right in the middle. I put them together just like a couple. Usually this is if this is the groom, this is the bride. So we think the story, the relationship, so they communicate each other. Right? So we put it here, and just do a teardrop kind of stroke. You know what I mean? Press. And then lift the brush to the top, and then pull that bridge, a little narrow one, and then you can continue to the left side like that. So this is the it's very light, almost. I try to exaggerate. So it's a white fish. Just think about white. And then you see the watermark between the two strokes. If you lift the brush, you will see the watermark. So this is supposed to be continuous. Anyway, the second stroke is on the right side. You can have a little overlapping because the paper, the watermark will prevent it from completely merge. Because there's water smearing there, that will change the absorbency. So if I just press and then lift by pouring the brush, just the master would sometimes using rolling, like a twisting. Okay, the middle thing or the middle tail covers the overlap with the previous two. So when you have the single tone, but when you overlap, it will create a darker because it just add up. You just repeat a little bit here, and this is more like the bamboo leaf, right? Straight pressing and lift, pressing and lift. Okay, carefully. You don't have to do slow. I mean, don't have to go too fast. Otherwise, you could make a hole. I try not to do this. You paint, you don't illustrate, you don't draw. You paint with the brush, just one stroke. So this the number represents how many strokes. You need to practice 100 times or 1,000 times to get it. It's like calligraphy. It takes time. Just like music, you practice to get perfect. 1, 2. This middle, this dorsal thing, maybe. It could be the other side of the back thing or whatever it's called. I think it's a windtail. I forgot the technical term. And then we use a little bit red. And you can use vermilion if you have. It's $3.99, or you can use carmine. It's plus a little yellow. If those of you using have the watercolor from previous watercolor class, you can use Cardium red plus Cardium yellow to get the orange. Okay. And this area is a triangle. You can do it in one stroke. You can do it in two strokes, if you will. It has a little overlapping. And remember, the master has a piece of paper called blotting paper. You can use wasted painting, rice paper, or you can use paper towel. But paper towel has texture, sometimes not very good. You can use tissue paper. It's softer, and just blot it. That's very important. As you see in the YouTube, he blotted. He would blot the eye also. As soon as he thought it. Some part it doesn't matter, like the tail. Some detail like the head, you need to control the smearing. And you can have the telescope eye also if you want. Just paint a larger. Oops, this one should be bigger. And then you dot the eye with a detail brush and the ink, pure ink. Just little on this side, this side. Okay, to the front a little bit. Okay. Sometimes I do double lip. you can add another line. It's kind of hard because this brush is not very pointy. And then just fill in that little space there. So the upper lip with the jaw, upper jaw, and just lower lip like that. Okay, so that's you don't have to do the water I said, but you could paint some like a little lily, like you see on the corner of this handout, or just a little floating. What do we call this? Duckweeds. I think that's the name of them. You can use a little green, a mixture of yellow and indigo to get that. Let me just do, because this side looks like more empty. So I just put one dot there. And maybe just, when you have the group, you always think about large, small, and the medium. Large, small, and the medium, and vary the distance. Yeah, I don't have room for the sample was on vertical paper, so I don't have room for lilies. I just leave it out. And so this is maybe baby. My water lily just start to grow, just like that. It's very small. All right, that's one. And then you can sign. We can write a general fish, happy fish. That's a story from the Taoist sage Zhuangzi's book, the same classic named Zhuangzi's book, and also the name of the Taoist master or sage. He had a debate with another philosopher named Huizi on how one can feel the happiness of the fish without being one. Oh, I write happy. Let me happy fish. But in Chinese, we put the fish first on top, not a happy fish, but fish happy. So let me change the. Let me see. Let me see if I can make up a sentence without it. Nobody will say 乐于 娱乐. It's okay. I just write fish on top of that. So fish, happy fish, and then we just write it. This means picture of painting of a happy fish. And then we write the year of the ox in the spring. And then you can write name, signature. Okay, and we'll put the seal. The seal will add an initial. The seal will add another red spot. So usually you consider the relationship between these red dots, if you will, in the composition. So this this is my last name.
And can you zoom in on the character, Henry?
Okay. 娱乐图 ，OK， 娱乐图。Okay. And you can put the corner seal on the lower left if you like. I think I can show you that new seal I made here. I have this seal made for the scroll. It's called the Harmonious Union, 良缘. Okay. Just put. This is kind of large for this. Let me change. Okay. I'll use a larger ink pad. It's maybe too big. But, this kind of painting is okay. On landscape, it would be too big. You don't want to. But on flower and birds painting, it's okay to have large seals or write larger characters. Flower and birds is general category. It's including the animals and fish, because the technique are similar. Okay. So that let me zoom out. So I just put this corner seal, so you can see this red, form a triangle in the composition, right? It could be a square one, a round one. This is an oval shape. Okay. I got this water spot from the, but it will disappear I think when it's dry. But you can, sometimes I use water to test the water. If I like it, I can just color it. So you'll have a extra. Let me just do that maybe. So if you like the accident spot, you can just color it with a dry brush. It just. So that just suggests painting outside the frame. All right. This is a typical kind of attitude or how to say, living philosophy. Inspired by Zhuangzi. Zhuangzi always argue that you should keep an open mind, and the life is a journey of a free, what do you call, free journey without goals, without destination plans. You can change, adapt to the situation freely. That's a true. Well, 逍遥游 means free. Spontaneous, wandering kind of. So this kind of spontaneous painting reflects that kind of attitude of life. So you have to train your mind to give up on any categories or any preset to free to adapt to engage in the ever-changing situation, transformation or balance between the dry and wet, dark and light, yin and yang, cool and warm, all these ever-changing elements. So if you try to interfere too much, it will destroy that natural rhythm. See, I started from the dark, and then it just gradually become clear. So that creates the light and the dark. I didn't really meant to to get the color right on each stroke. If you follow this kind of course, like a spontaneous wandering or journey, so that will happen. So your stroke, as long as your stroke is continuous without interruption, the ink tones will change. It will change from wet to dry. If it's too wet, you can blot it. And, so from now, just for today, you want to practice the balance of yin yang. So when you get impatient, try to balance it with the patience. When you get angry, try to balance it with calm. So you just think the opposite. And Zhuangzi always also think like a fish. So when you paint a fish, imagine you're in a swimming pool. You're doing the move, the stroke, just like a fish, right? And you feel the happiness of the fish. Yeah. So this is the Zhuangzi idea of. He has also the other famous story called Butterfly Dream. Maybe you have heard of that too. So he think in term as in the perspective of the butterfly or the fish or birds when you paint them, right? Or so you feel like them, and you can also try to see from another person's perspective. So that's the way he think we should, to be in tune with the natural, the 自然, or from heaven's perspective, or the nature's perspective. So it's everything beyond life, beyond the human beings, transcend the focus of human. Like in Confucius, another dominant philosophy in China, in ancient China, is Confucius, and Confucius focus on the moment, the living humans, not anything than anything else. But for Zhuangzi, everything is the indifferent, even life and death. So, because we are part of the natural, the butterfly dream means that we could be in the dream of the butterfly. So when we die, we return to the ashes and become flowers, become fish, become whatever. Anyway, so that's the integral, the fullness of life. That's Zhuangzi artistic living philosophy, I think. So we're going to do some different fish now. Zhuangzi and the happiness of fish. Okay. Yeah, I also have the yesterday I watched a professor from Harvard University. He had a wonderful class on YouTube talking about Zhuangzi's philosophy. You can search Michael. His name is I think. Yeah. There are plenty of them on YouTube. Anyway, any questions? I'm going to do some more Victorian style fish and maybe different directions. Okay, so let's do this template here. There are 5 of them. The first 2 we already did. So maybe we have to do smaller. So I will change color combination. Let's make this red, the top one black maybe. So we'll do roll the brush and turn, and pull the brush, and then the center one. Okay. Don't have to be symmetrical. Try to feel the movement. That's important. Okay, you can add a little rouge if you want to, or comma to make a little change to the. Oops. There's a gill suggested. Try to use. You can use line to suggest the white belly, you know, something like that. There's a space. Actually, you don't have to paint these things connected. You could leave a space, be more suggestive. And if I
Henry?
yes.
There's a question. You put these numbers on the handout, indicating different parts of the fish. What does these number mean?
The stroke order.
The order, so number 1, you start with where that is, and then 2 and 3, therefore, when you get to number 6 or 7, the ink is lighter.
It's just a convenient order. You can change if you like. Let me follow this one. For example, let me follow. Okay, yeah, I think this number are the same as the other handout, but this one, okay, let me, 1, 2, okay. Let me just follow this again. Let me do it restrictively according to the numbers, so you see what that means. Okay. So,
and you will not reload the brush so that when you go to a larger number, the ink becomes lighter in order to show the difference in texture. Is that the purpose of the order of the strokes?
The stroke order is just like you write calligraphy. You have to do it in this order. Just otherwise you will lose the kind of rhythm, I think. You understand?
Thank you.
Yeah. Okay. Let me do this one in 2 tones separately, so we don't worry about tones at first.
Okay. So the question from the person was about the number, in the sense of you painted 10 fish for that auspicious painting for the wedding. So the significance of numbers, whether 10 is good or 5 is bad or 7. That's what it means. Yeah. Sorry, I did not understand that question before.
Okay.
From the audience.
The total number was okay. We had several back and forth, So in the beginning, I did 9, but in the end, I changed to an even number, because I think wedding should be an even number. That's just my thinking. But for general, like it's as a symbol of Wales, 9 is the largest number. So we have a 九如图, like a 如 in Cantonese sounds like a 鱼. 9 fish picture. 9 fish is 9 is the biggest number in Yang, I think, theory maybe. But 10 is the perfect number, I think, for marriage. So I did 10 on that piece. Does that make sense? I try to do in even numbers for the marriage. So you do 2, we try to avoid this 4. 4 is the taboo because it sounds like a death.
Thank you.
5 is okay. 5 fish, 6 fish good, 7 fish good, 9 fish good, 8 fish perfect, like 5, right? So except 4 and 1, 1 is okay, if you want, just do a solitary fish. 2 is perfect for 2, 3, good. I think, they just don't like, maybe in some dialect, the 4 sounds like Cantonese. I think it sounds like a death, 死. I think, it's probably in all dialect, so we need to avoid. But in some subject matter, like persimmons, we do 4. 4 means everything. 事事如意, right? But in fish, we do 5 or 6 or 9. This all okay. For wedding, I think 9 probably also okay to symbolize abundance. Yeah. So let me do this one according to the sequence of the stroke. You can, I think this one you can either go this way or that way. It doesn't really matter. But as long as you combine the body with a narrow bridge and then press again. You see, when I lift the brush, it will create a watermark in between the strokes. So you don't want to lift the brush. You can change the direction by rolling it, and then I pull the brush like that, and then the third one, it's simplified. Usually if you look at the real fish, you will see 2 pairs of this rare things, maybe tails, right? So the 2 actually in the middle overlaps. So you just need to do 1. So there's a big gap with the watermark on this paper. Even this cheap paper does have the watermark. Okay. So I just finished all the ink, the light ink. Then I change to dark ink, just pure dark on the tip of the brush. Then I do this dark skull kind of. It's like a arrow shape, but not so sharp. And then the 2 top eyes. You can vary the size. The near one should be a little larger. I don't know which one is near. This one maybe. Okay, and then you can dry the brush and then put some more mark, maybe along the top of the spine. You don't have to do it symmetrically, so one side could be a little more. Right. And some people do add the lines into this. It's kind of hard for beginners, I think. So you use dry brush. You can use the smaller brush. Just add this radiated line, indicated the bones. Okay. The fish mouth could be a little pointed. It's a little subtle, you have to leave right amount of white. Sometimes you can even indicate the highlight with on the eye. So just little subtle things. And on this one, just need to dot the pupil. Okay. So this is wet into wet a little bit. So I didn't load the dark with the light. So I did in breaking ink technique, the wet into wet, if you will. Okay. So let's see for other. This pair has a different, a little different style, like a whale tail, kind of long, like a veil of the bride dancing. So let's do this one. You can do the whale tail first, and then you add the body, and you can leave some break in between. I think. Let's do this one. I have to change direction because I have to consider the other fish here. So let me press and lift. And then kind of you can wave a little bit in the end. You can twist and press, and then you get this kind of subtle ending. And your wrist has to be very flexible to do this. It takes long practice, yeah. And then you add the body. You can outline the body just with the lost and found lines. They don't have to be continuous line. And this is the bridge.
I'm sorry to interrupt.
Yeah.
This is Yang Li. I apologize again to everybody. Today I made another mistake. In haste, I accidentally made the person whose name is Matt, M-A-T-T, a host of the meeting, when I should have made Michael Condon the host. Will the person by the name of Matt please change the host privilege to Michael? I see that Matt's image is not on the screen, so the co-host, please help me out. I do need to leave right now. Matt is the host right now. Don't let him leave us. I truly apologize. I will see you next time. Okay? Sorry. Okay, bye-bye.
Okay, let me see if I can help. Oops. Oh. So let me see. Who want to be the co-host? Co-host. Matt. Michael Condon.
Yeah, I'm a librarian at the Borough Park branch.
Okay, Michael Condon. You want to join the co-host, right? When you make remove. You already co-host, are you?
No, I was not made a co-host.
Okay, so M-A-T-T shouldn't be a co-host, right? Replace spotlights. I don't think I cannot remove the host. Yeah, so he has to. So who can replace?
Matt is the only one that is going to be able to turn the host over to Michael. Matt, can you hear us?
Play sound when someone ask to please lock me.
There's only one. There's only one Matt. So if your name is Matt or Matthew, it's you.
Replace. Okay.
All right. Well, I guess Mr. Lee, just continue teaching the class.
I'm sorry.
I mean, because there seems to be nothing else we can do here.
Okay, no problem. Yeah, as long as he's just
Hopefully Matt will not sign off. If Matt signs off, then the class is going to end abruptly. Fingers crossed.
okay. Hopefully not. Okay. Thank you. Let's continue our demo on this one. So I'm going to add the red spot, a hood on the top. You can use other red than vermilion I just add a little vermilion with carmine too. So this one has this red hood, right? It has this triangular or arrowhead shape. And then this is telescope eye again.
Okay, Matt, I see that you just turned on your screen. This is Michael Condon. You actually made the host. Please transfer the hosting duties to Michael Condon.
Okay, I dot the eye like that. You don't have to indicate the other one, I think. So we have a white body. This is maybe too white. We can add a little gray or silver shading, kind of. Okay, and so outline it's actually very helpful, partial outline to so we can do some more with the outline. So instead of doing the body in one stroke, I think it's a very challenge. You just do the tail, and then we use outline to do the. Okay. I try to keep all the fish facing one direction, but you can also vary the directions if you like. So let's do this one this way. Just put on top of it like a little baby. So we can draw the suggestive outline and with the spine, very loosely, and then you can just use like this as a guideline, as a draft, kind of. It's very light, almost just water, right? And then you can use a little indigo with the ink, maybe just or you can blend ink and the orange. It makes a kind of gray. I just clean this. So that's kind of purplish, lavender kind of. So this one you do I always do the side first and the middle one, right? According to the master demo. So it's a little bit tricky because my left hand is, so you have to practice this, I think. Just press and then pull with while you lift. And this one, kind of like that. It's a little tricky because I don't want to have the tip in the center. So if I have to pull this side, okay, then this one in the center. And you can add the back fin, the dorsal fin, the swinging fin, I call it. Okay, now we can add some colors or darks. You can add the reds like that. You can add a little spots, so we can make it a calico. What do you call that? Calico fish. And you can have a little dark spot as well. It's a little hard to do, but you have to again create some shapes in different size, like medium, small, and the large typically, right? And then just dot the eye, small eye. It's a calico, small calico. you can use a little gray, maybe just to create some soft color. Okay, do I have room? Some other ones. Okay, so let's do one more. Red again. And now I try to do something overlapping. That's very challenging. You can, on good paper, you just paint over it. You know, it will create watermark, separate the two. But on this kind of paper, I'm not sure it will do that. So let's see. You can use different color, a little bit slightly different grays, because I want to use a little blue, maybe indigo, a little lavender kind of. So let me see if I can just paint on this to overlap a little bit. So the fish is here. You can draw the body, right, and then the tail. Overlap a little bit. So this goes behind, and just a little bit. Now you can void the. You can do the. Just fill in the blank. Yeah. If you're afraid to create a mess. So just. But the point is, you can create some overlapping, some obscurity. You know, sometimes it's a painting behind me actually done by Victoria. My wife is in her calligraphy class. She did 2 fish, but it looks like 3. So some ambiguity is good. Let me see if I can show you. Can't see it clearly, but so some overlapping suggests more fish. Okay, so this one could be a little different with a small eye, maybe. So just keep the eye small. Just oops, that's a big eye. With this kind of brush, you need to dry the heel of the brush or the handle, because when you wash the brush, you got water on the handle and it drip right onto the tip. So that's an accident. So then I have to make this one calico fish, I think. So we just have to go with the flow of the accident with this kind of unexpected situation. Yeah. So keep all the possibilities open. That's the John's idea. Okay. And then you can just write 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 fish. Heavy fish. Let me just write 金玉满堂. No, oops. This is 金. We don't write goldfish. We write gold and jade, because this sounds like goldfish, but has a auspicious expression. It's 金玉满. Man means full. Oops, did I write it wrong? My writing is, I just should be taught. Let me finish. Oops. This is the word for how, but sounds like a pond. That's the title. I think it's in the handout, I think. You see the handout. Yeah. If you look at the handout, yeah, right, and so it was right, 金玉满堂, and then the year of the box, and right, spring, then, seal, and this place. Okay. Okay. So try to overlap some. That's okay. And let me use different papers. A rice paper. Let me see. I got semi-size paper, and then we will use mulberry paper maybe. Semi-size paper. It has some screen grids kind of thing in it. It's okay. And let me use vermilion. Let me change the color. Maybe we can try yellow. Gold is yellow, okay? And you can use a little bit yellow. Just put here with the carmine. Maybe you can just use a little with umber or brown, which is to make this kind of ochre yellow, because this yellow it's too cold. We want to make a little orange, so we just touch a little bit brown. Maybe okay. This will be okay. With a little vermilion should be also okay. Just add a little orange or any reds to it. Yeah, you can add anything. And I just do. Let me see which one to go. This is an artist who did this. I like how loose it is. Just the feel of the fish, not really any details. So it could be done like that. Just paint a feeling of it. And this is a classical painter who did in the Qing Dynasty. He's a Shanghai master called a monk, actually. Xu Gu is his Buddhist name. And you can see how abstract it is. I think maybe we can do something like that.
Henry, can you zoom that picture in?
Yeah. This Xu Gu, Master Xu Gu. Okay. See, yeah, he always paints the fish swimming downwards to the bottom of the water, and he was the expression saying fish doesn't care what's storm or turbulence above water. So that's the expression of that's his title of this scene. So he does fish swimming straight towards the bottom of the water and doesn't care what's above. So that's what I'm trying to do. So I will do some yellow, and maybe we'll mix with some orange, some red to make it orange. You can see the tail is very butterfly, kind of almost symmetrical. So you don't have to do that exactly like that. You can change a little bit. But the key is he used very loose strokes, and you can see the big eye. Let me show you how I do it here. Let me enlarge this fish so you can see. Okay, this one that I'm working on.
Yeah, there we go.
Yeah. So I just put a little yellow. Now I can use maybe a smaller brush with the red. A dry brush. He prefers use a very dry brush to do this kind of texture stroke, I think. So his red is not necessarily vermilion. I think it's a mixture of yellow and the carmine should be fine. So I just add a big mouth with a very broad skull, right? And the eye, his eye usually a very squarish. Look, I'm using this small brush with dry ink, maybe a little bit ink. Just dot the eye very loosely but there's a pupil in the front. It has a small nail head stroke. You have a nail head and then a tail kind of a sharp end. So that's his stroke, just the nail head. Just little tiny pupil among the big white. And looking forward or downward, looking down. You can have almost like a T shape. Yeah, he also do like a T shape. Okay, now I just with a very dry brush, just draft this belly line. It's almost squarish, yeah, rectangular, and because there is in the movement, fast movement, the fin very close to the body, right? Yeah, you can just do that. So then just do that, just very short, not the same length, some, and then you can add dark texture lines later, right? You can wait to dry a little bit to add the lines. I'm going to do the middle. So large, middle, or medium, and the small, right? But this second one is back view, bottom view. What do you call this? The back view. You see from the belly side. The back is behind. Yeah. So that's the same movement downward. Okay. So we just use yellow again. This is probably too yellow, but I like the yellow. It's gold. So we should worry about a little like distance. It's almost on one line, but a little to the right, right? But all three almost along the this is 1/3 line. Maybe we just do that. This one, if I do this here right in the middle, it's not good. So let me see if I can avoid the middle. So I'll put on the right, more to the right, maybe something like that. So on this side, a little lower here. All right. So I see two pairs of fins, whatever it's called, ventral or pector or something like that. I call it the front and the rear, and I forgot about the annual one. Just like a butterfly shape. Actually, it goes quite down. I didn't get that curve. Let me see if I can make it up a little bit. Okay. too big, but yeah, it curves down, curves downward. Okay, this should be a little straighter anyway. So let me just do this small one as well. Just do just little, just one dot, just, light with a light yellow. Then I'll do the red. Let me show you this one. Okay, so enlarge. This is like a koi fish almost. It's a young koi fish. They belong to the same family actually, right? And eye could be. You can draw the eye first, so it will not bleed. I think, but I just have to do that. Okay. There's no outline all the way, just a little bit on the front, maybe just very little detail. And then just switch back to the red. Let me do a little more yellow. So this tail is like a 3-stroke, but 4-stroke, 3, something like that. Just like a brush, yeah. Just like that. Okay, now I do this fish on the right side. Where is that? Okay, here, the back view one. So I have to draw this carefully. Oh, I feel like upside down, and very fun gesture, right? And then you dot the eye. It's dark, like a tail, nail head. And this one only a sight of the eye, not seeing the pupil, I think. And with light ink, and I have to redefine this. I think I made a mistake, so just cover that up, and then just draw the back. But there are some things in front. Just avoid that. Okay. And that's it. I think with the big white belly, he used the white gouache, I think, to enhance that color. We can do that also. All right, so we'll just do another, maybe an annual theme, whatever. Okay, and I'll just use these 3 brushes with different function. You can use yellow to draw this, and then red for the lines and the accent. These lines, boom. But you have to wait. You have to wait. Let's see, this one maybe ready. And we can add a little rouge, little something darker in it. So just keep the brush dry and point it. So when you draw this, so this is the bridge, and then split into, radiate from center out like that, suggestively. Okay, so you get some lines, booms, right? And some kind of scare, maybe you can make some crossing texture. Doesn't matter. Just some dots, maybe some dry brush, suggest the details, texture on the scale, on the back spine. Okay, and this bottom one, just a little accent on the spine, and then some tail. You can leave a lot of voids, because this is the smaller one, not the focused. Okay, then this one, the middle back view. Just very suggested. Don't try to copy exactly. To get the idea, not the traces of the master. So just the idea. Okay, and there's some yellow, maybe golden yellow, or even green, whatever. Just shade it a little bit. Just put a little dark color back. I'll leave the white belly. It's not pure white. You can use there's some yellow there, so I will use some white on the back, maybe to enhance the white. And then here also you need to have some yellow in the front and then white. Can you see? You can watch a little bit light, some kind of. But you know, if you already fill the white with the white paper, unpainted paper, is fine. And another traditional subject matter with the flower, with the bird, with the fish is this purple purple wisteria flower. So because the past is the same kind of color in the decoration of the high officials, 紫绶金章. That's another expression of high-ranking, you know, like get high-ranking positions in the government or something like that. Bureaucracy is a good wish for those who have an official career. So that's why they painted the fish with the purple flowers. And you can do a little bit, just a suggestion of that. Let me see. In the spring, the leaves are pretty yellow and orange, I think. So you just do lots of yellow and orange or rouge color. The leaves, the wisteria just have the leaf shoots without you know, long stems. Maybe just so you just paint some sprouts, some yellow, something like that, and then we'll do some purple. In this case, he used the opaque blue, which is 三青 or 十青 393, and indigo, I think. That's all. It's not really purple, because we got red in the birds. So just you can add a little rouge to make it a little lavender. Okay, yeah, see, that's how we get the purple here. And this is pure blue, right? You can add a little bit rouge or carmine or rouge, doesn't matter. And then we will use indigo and the rouge for the bud or the calyx, because we emphasize on the fish. So this is only background, very loosely. Just paint. Keep it small so they don't like grapes, right? It's flowers, and they do like a very soft, you know, purplish, just like we do cherry blossom last time. It's like a purple clouds when they bloom. Just wash, you know, just washes. You don't have to. Just keep a little bit definition on the bottom. It suggests the buds. That's all. Yeah. So I pay attention more on the large and small, medium grouping. That's important. Yeah. So now I'm using a little rouge, a little indigo to do the calyx or whatever you call it. Just darks in the. They look like yes, just some dark purple. It just creates some kind of contrast. It could be just the red. I think the original painting here, you see a lot of oranges or green. Actually, this is the stems. So you have to add this. The material has a center stalk and then the stems. Just one stalk, and then from that derive some side stems. Not like a grape, it has different stems, right? So just one long. Just add a little. Avoid the symmetric. You can have little leaf outside the frame. So suggest. Oh, he doesn't really do the vine like a vine. That's his style. He uses dry brush because you want to keep the downward motion, right? So everything is kind of down to the bottom. The theme is fish doesn't care what's the turbulence and the storm or wind in the above the water. So that's the idea. We call this kind of painting idea writing. The idea or the poem is very important. Also referring to the writing of the strokes. So it's like calligraphy, symbol, writing symbols. So these fish look like characters, right? Highly stylized. Or you can put a little yellow inside the eye. I think then the highlight. You can put some yellow if it's missed. Just the highlight. Don't fill in all the eye. Just not all the white. Just around the pupil. It's fine. And we do have the Chinese white here, so I'm going to use directly from the tube, usually using a clean brush. Just you need to dilute a little bit, I think. See. Okay, now we highlight. You can just apply directly in the front. Or you can do it, if this paper is absorbent paper, you can always do it on the back. Otherwise, you just have to do it on the front, right? The reason I do that is because to avoid covering the colors. So you do the white on the back, like that. And it will show very subtly the, if you want to cover something, you just do it on the front. And like here, I want to recover the things. Maybe you can just do it like using a little opaque yellow. Opaque yellow. Yeah. Just like that. So that's Shigu style. Very famous goldfish painter in the late Qing dynasty, Shanghai. He has I think he must have seen the Western watercolor. So his pen is just like other Shanghai masters with lots of watercolor field, like this kind of this little fish. Can you see? Okay, I'm going to write the title I mentioned. Oh, 水面风波鱼不知. That's his title, I think. I will translate that later. So a little bit, so you can see. 水面风波鱼不知. 水 water 面 surface 风 wind 波 wave 风波 actually is a phrase meaning turbulence or storm 风波鱼 不 fish does not know. Here you can see, yeah, the fish doesn't know the turbulence above water, surface on the surface of the water. But you can also interpret it as doesn't care. Okay, and lastly, you can use a little indigo and ink to do the vein on the leaves. You can just do one line, the center. You can also do the secondary veins, if you will. Just depends on how you prefer. I just do the center vein. Just keep it simple. With a dry brush on wet, it will blur a little bit, but my brush is quite dry, so just let it blend in a little bit. And you can use a little white to dot the flowers. You can add, even more colors like green or something. Excuse me. Any questions? Please mute yourself if you don't have questions. Okay, I just start the polling with yellow and the white, opaque yellow if you want. You just put some dots in the center of this. We will suggest, okay? Suggest the flowers. I haven't finished the signature, so you can write all in one line, or you can start another line to date and the signature. You can write on the side smaller words. The title could be a little larger than the signature and the date. The year of the ox, just using the zodiac symbol. And year, okay, the spring season, and my Chinese name, okay. Signature. There's some falling petals in the water. It's very decorative. You can do that, or you can just omit that. If you do, make sure it's in a rhythm. With music, like a music, I'm talking about distance and let me just try. So you use the same kind of color, but a little bit maybe graded on. So just light blue, same kind of color like this petals, right? But it could be smaller. So just do one, like here we have a rhythm of 2 and 3. You can if you add something in by the middle, it destroys that rhythm. So you want to keep just concentrate and disperse. Kind of you look at the whole thing, you know. Look at the whole thing. You will find where you want to, just like you play chess or Go, Chinese board game. You want to take consideration of the territory without placing your chess one by one in equal distance, right? You want to vary some dense and sparse, basically create that kind of feel. So it's not really perspective in the Western sense. So we're looking at the fish in the water, but we also look at the flowers above the water. All right. So the title said, 风波, above the water, the turbulence, the fish does not aware. Yeah, does not aware the turbulence above water, or doesn't know. Fish is happy because they're not care about the troubles of this world. That's why they're happy. That's, I think. Okay, that's we have 2 minutes. Let me do some critique. Okay. I'm going to open unmute. So you can, you can unmute yourselves right now. Actually, if you have questions, if you want to show us, let me remove my spotlight. Okay. Oops. I think I did restore my. So I have Emily asked to unmute. So you can unmute yourself, Emily. Okay. Emily is fish. Okay, great. Did you practice from yesterday class?
Well, the ones I did yesterday were terrible. I just used the handout for today, and that helped a lot.
Okay, great. Yeah, I'm glad that you made it to work. Yeah, it shows very good. Yeah, very good fish. The flowers could be a little pure. I mean, yeah, the color could be a little pure, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah. But
I agree.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Great.
Thank you.
Thank you. All right. Any other work want to? Okay, I got Laurie. Let me spotlight. Let me replace.
Oh, nice.
Okay, Laurie, right? Okay.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, I like the fish you did just place on Shigu. Yeah, it's a very abstract. I like the short tail. You got the feeling of a sinking fish. I mean, like swimming downward. That's very nice. I like that. I like this expressive background. Yeah, you don't have to do that. You know, it doesn't matter if it's a flower or leaves. It's above water. It doesn't matter. It's just a reflection of something there. Yeah, I like that. The composition, it could be the two large fish could be one taller, maybe the main one next time. Yeah, yeah, you can write something on top maybe with the red stem. It will balance that better. So very nice, very good. I like the abstract feel. Yeah. Okay. Okay, now we're Betty. With Betty, can you unmute yourself if you want?
Yes, this is mine.
Yes, very good. You try to do calico fish. Yeah, the dots could be varied in size. The pattern, the marks could, the red ones especially. Try to make large, medium, small marks instead of equal dots. Right?
More large or medium?
The large ones, yeah. You just make a little, combine some to make larger ones. Just combine some dark spots into large areas. So it doesn't look like just dots. It's like just have some large marks.
Okay.
Medium. Yeah, that's okay. I like the.
I have another one. Sorry, Henry. This is
nice.
done another time.
Yeah.
And I try to do with this technique.
Yeah, that looks good. I like the red head, red crown, red hood one. Is very good. Yeah, the tail could be a little lighter. Some between the some are perfect like this one on the top. These are nice. Okay, when I look at the whole picture, there's no problem. If you don't if you made some mistake on individual ones, just forget about it. Do some good ones, because if all the fish are perfect, it's not good either. Just some variations.
Yes, thank you very much.
Thank you. Okay, let me just go from top. Press. Okay, now we with Yolanda. Okay, Yolanda. Yeah, can you hold?
Yes, Henry.
Right. Very good. Yeah. You're using watercolor paper or something?
Yes.
Yeah, you can use watercolor paper. Just damp the paper a little bit before you do the, just maybe a little damp surface will make fish softer.
Cool.
Yeah, or you can use a wet brush to soften some of the edges. It would be good. Very nice.
Thanks.
Yeah, the smaller one is a little too big. Otherwise, it would be perfect.
Okay.
The large, medium, small, and the small tail just become too big out of the shape. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you, Henry.
Thank you, Jen. Okay, let me see. Okay, now we have Stephanie.
Yeah.
Stephanie. Okay. Oh, I like the yellow, tender yellow. Beautiful. I like that.
Right.
Yeah, beautiful color. You got different color. Each one is different. Wow, it's great. Yeah,
I don't know how to mix the colors by accident.
Yeah, it's you don't have to mix any color. If you keep working with the same load, you will vary. Yeah, just keep the color alive. On the paper, on the brush. Don't you? I think the red one is my favorite though.
The red one. Okay, good.
Okay, good.
Thank you.
Job. Yeah, no problem with all the fish. You got it.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Sharon.
Okay, let me see. Sharon.
Yeah.
Okay. Let me remove Stephanie. Remove spotlights. Okay, Sharon. Oh, I like the subtle fish. The eye is really yours. It's very nice. I think the little round eye, and it's good to have the conversation between the bottom. Maybe the lower one is inviting the two on top to something. So, yeah, so that's very good story. I like that.
Thank you.
Yeah, perfect.
Thanks.
Yeah. That's great. Very good. Anybody else? Okay, I see someone on the bottom here.
My picture.
You are Marianne?
Yes, I'm here.
Marianne, okay. Yeah, Marian, you got colorful fish. Is that upside down, or you mean to?
I don't think so.
Okay. Also, just like the one since yeah, so if you turn the painting 90 degrees, let's see if you maybe the swimming up is also possible, right? If you turn the painting upside down, let's say yeah. Oh yeah, I think this one could also work. Yeah, it could also work. Yeah. Interesting. So
I'm
either
not
way,
home. I'm in my country house, and I brought some of my material, but when I opened the box, the brush part of the small brush was missing, so I had to use the tip of the bigger brush.
uh-huh.
So
Oh,
I
I
couldn't
see.
get it very defined.
Oh, I see. But you got you got to work. Yeah, it's nice to work with big brush on small objects. Yeah. So you got the whole, yes, yeah. The tail could be even spread more on some of the fish. Some are good. Some strokes, like the two bottom ones, could be a little spread out, like a fan shape. Yeah. The stroke could be like a, you know what I mean, broader. Yeah. Okay.
Thank you.
Yeah. Some details on the facial face features on the face, like eyes, could be added still.
Thank you.
Thank you. Good job. All right. No other. Let me see if other screen we have something.
I have my hand raised.
Who's ready to show? Okay, I got one here. Hand raised. Replace. Okay, we got more than one, but we'll do. Let me see. We'll do Rosemary. Rosemary,
Right.
yeah. Okay, you got the Shigu style perfect. I like the stroke you did on both the leaves, the background, and the flowers and the fish, especially the three fish. Perfect front, back, and small, variations. I like the expression of the eyes. Perfect. I can't believe that you guys did it without a handout. I should ask Yongle to send the original so you can do some more. But you really get the spirit. You captured the spirit of the artist.
Thank you.
I didn't prepare for this this challenge. You did it. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you.
Good, wonderful job.
Excuse me, Henry. Can you tell Yunre send out the handout a day before? I got it as 3 hours before the
Yeah,
class.
I think I understand. There was
Thank you.
yeah, on Monday we went to get the vaccine shot. So I gave her on Tuesday, but she has something very busy. She had to.
Okay.
So
Okay.
it's
Understand
always,
that.
we will try, but
Okay.
because the flow of this, we changed the subject matter from water village to fish over the
I
weekend.
see.
So it's all because I have this commission, so it's all just adapted to the
Okay.
schedule. Yeah.
Thank you.
Sorry about that.
No,
We'll try to
because
get
I
it,
see
in
some
advance.
people get it before me, and then I feel like, is it
Uh-huh.
somewhere maybe computer problem or what, Okay, understand
Yeah,
that.
but
Thank
if
you.
you don't have the handout, you can always use the reference on the screen, so you don't have to keep looking at your handout.
Okay.
So I'll try just to focus on the area I'm painting on the lower left corner, so you can just copy the with me. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you.
Just
Henry, can you take a look at my drawing?
let me see. Where are you?
Yeah, I raised my hand.
Can
My
you
name
raise
is
your-
Pearl.
Can you raise your painting so I can see better?
Okay.
Just a raise painting in front of you if you like to show.
Yeah, I
cannot-
raised it.
Oh, okay, I see. Lower hand.
Huh?
Let me see. What's the? Okay, I see you. I hope that's you. Okay, let me. Are you Pearl? Pearl? Pearl, right? I mean,
Yeah, this is a pearl.
pearl. Oh, your Chinese pearl is very good. Your writing is okay. Yeah, I like various styles on the same page. The practice. The dark ones it attract me immediately. That's the best on the page, but the other ones are also good. Yeah, just try to make composition next time, when you're ready. So this looks very very good, promising. Yeah.
Thank you.
Just make a composition of a story like they're moving in one direction or some kind of communication. This one looks also good in some, but some look like unfinished. You can finish them. Yeah, if you want.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, Brenda, are you trying to show?
Yeah, yes, I am. I just have. Okay, this one is the one you were just doing.
Yeah.
My fish are like minnows. They're kind of little.
Yeah. I like that. All four are good. The bottom one has some dark. You need to maybe fix a little bit.
Yeah.
The tail part. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, it's not nothing wrong with that. You can make the
Okay.
tail a little stronger. So that's focus.
You got a little dark.
Yeah, you can make
Yeah.
that one the focal fish.
Make it what?
The main fish. The focal point. So that dark
Okay.
one could be the main fish. The flower, we didn't try to teach you flowers, but you did fine. Just keep the cluster little closer, and have some again with the grouping of the large, small, and the small buds on the bottom, large flowers in the middle, and some in between. So large, small shapes, large, small, and middle shapes on everything should work.
Okay, large in the front and
In the
small.
the above, the flower become like
Oh, yeah.
clouds, like clusters. So you try
This
to do
one's-
the cluster, the block, not individual petals. The too much dots. Yeah, but I know
many.
the original artist did that exactly like you did, but just maybe a little lighter or something, dark along the bottom. So if you look at the original again.
Lighter on
yeah.
the bottom here.
Right. There's two parts. The bloom ones on the top, and then the dark purple ones near the bottom. It's not bloom.
Okay.
Buds. Yeah. So you look like all the buds you did. You didn't have the light purple flower, the lavender
Okay.
flowers.
So no light. I didn't do any light purple.
Light lavenders. Yeah. That's what.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. Good job.
Then I did this too, but the ones where you're doing different kinds of fish. The what was it? The calico fish.
Oh yeah, that's nice. Yeah, the red fish.
Doing-
Yeah.
And then the one with light body, and then the orange.
Yeah, these are good.
face,
All good. Yeah.
and then the black.
The black more.
What do you call that?
We call that panda. It could be dark.
Panda. Okay.
Dark
With the
tail.
black
Yeah, it
face,
could be
black
dark
head,
tail, white body, dark
shadow
eyes.
body or white
Yeah.
body.
You can take some.
Okay.
You can search some panda dragon fish.
Mhm.
You can call it panda. Yeah.
I
Black-
don't remember if they went like. They could go like this too.
Yeah, either way it should be. This one may be even better. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm going swimming up instead of down.
Right. It could be. So that's the question. You can decide before you.
Okay, thank you.
Sign it. Okay. We got the war from. I see a wonderful one by Suzanne Monk. Suzanne Monk. Okay, I like the colors, the golden colors, very much. And it looks like another fish, but it's a tail, right? So it looks like the fish swimming sideways, but that's okay. You got the tail, like that. Yeah. But next time, try to do the dark near maybe the bridge of the tail, so it's fade away from that.
Okay.
Yeah. So otherwise, it would be perfect. The flowers, no problem. Just the combination of red and the bluish makes purple. Perfect. Yeah. Just again, some shape of like a little butterfly for blooming ones. So not just a single stroke for the buds. Yeah. You can.
Okay.
There are 4 petals together to form a open flower. You can just combine some to make a larger cluster of flowers. Yeah. Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Spot replacement. Okay, Joanne, very nice strokes. You got the different shape. The head, some of the eye could be a little bigger, I think. And there are some fish that has the humpback, right, shoulder, but most of them are bigger. Yeah.
This is a fat one.
Well, they look fine. They're all kind of goldfish, possibly. You can think. The tail could be a little broader to begin with, and the tail, only the tip is sharp. It's pointed. Yeah. So.
Okay.
Yeah, just practice a little more on the tail, I think.
Okay, thank you.
Very good. Okay, we are about 3:08 there now. So I'm going to end this class. Next time, I think if my memory serves me, would be herons, I guess, or cranes maybe. Also, I will send you the handout as soon as we can, because heron is my trademark, blue heron arts. Yeah. Okay, we got one more student. Let me see. Remove sometime. Okay.
Hello.
Nick. Right. Yeah. Very good. Very good. Yeah. Can we see a little up? The bottom ones. Okay, good. Yeah, I like this red head, white body one, and the dark more is very nice too. So your paper looks like a watercolor paper or drawing paper.
Hey, hello.
Yeah. Are you using?
老师你好啊，我讲国语，不好意思。
你用的是国画纸吗？
国画纸我也不
你
知道。
用的是宣纸是吗？还是？
不是宣纸
啊，
就是可以就是厚一点的，厚一点的，
是
厚一点的，不知道叫什么水彩，就是水
watercolor
水彩
paper. Okay. Yeah, watercolor paper does not smear. But you did very good. Very good. This 这个 dark line 有点太怎么讲？太多了。你可以画很多短的那个 like a bone, little veins, like veins, not just one line on the tail, And also the outline could be like a lost and found, 断断续续的，不要太连续。这个红的和白的这个可以，就按照这个画就好了啊。
好的。
对啊，这个黄的也不错，就是 the lines should be lost and found, broken lines. I like the black one, the tail with the light and the dark head. That's a nice head. The tail could be it's the most difficult part, so you need to practice more. Just watch the video of the master, like I did 100 more than 1,000 times maybe, and then using slow motion to mimic the strokes. When you watch the 五座人大师的画那个录像，你放慢速度跟着画，慢慢就会了。
好的，好的，谢谢。
好，不客气。Okay. No questions? Other questions? We're going to end the meeting, I think.
Henry, I have question.
Uh-huh.
This is Stephanie. I would like to buy those the Chinese art. I mean, drawing book. Like 就是写那个妹字是在哪里买的呢？
写什么的？
就是写中国字。
哦。
学中国字。
啊
Sorry.
字帖吗？
帖子字帖。
Yeah, we have a copybook. It's a calligraphy copybook. We also have something like the magic class with a stroke guide or characters. You can. We also have Xinjing, this heart searcher with outlined stroke. So you can go to blueheronarts.com and you can.
Oh, okay. From your channel, okay.
Yeah, blueheronarts.com.
And I can find it.
You can find.
Okay.
We carry those 字帖 yeah,
Okay.
柳字体，有
Okay.
有公权的字体。
Yeah. This is what I want to learn the Chinese.
You can also take a class from Victoria on Tuesdays, and the recording is free. You can search our channel. The YouTube channel has calligraphy class on every Tuesday.
Every Tuesday?
Victoria Lee's class.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you. Good to know.
It's free.
Thanks.
On YouTube.
I love it. I love the class.
Okay. Yeah, it's very calligraphic. It will help if you practice the strokes of
Yes.
calligraphy.
What time is on Tuesday? Live?
9 Eastern Western time, or I think it's 11 your time. Is that right?
11?
12.
Noon.
12. Yeah, noon your time. Yeah, noon your time. 1 hour. Yeah, if you
12 o'clock, 12 to 1, right?
Yeah, you can join the live class on Zoom, so you can get live help and ask questions, get to critique after the class. We also have a recorded class on another website called the ChineseBrushPainting.ning.com. You can find hundreds of pre-recorded lessons there. You can find the link from the YouTube link. Yeah, I'll put there. You know, after this class, you'll get the link to watch the recording, right? And from on the description part, you'll find all the links to our regular class.
Okay, wonderful.
Yes.
Good. Thank you.
Okay, I think we have to ask the host to end the meeting. I cannot end. So, Matt, can you end the meeting for us? I'm going to stop recording for now.
Matt doesn't work here. Matt is just some guy. He was given the ability to.
Yeah, I know. We have to figure out how to end it now.